What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have a video from Saving Country Houses, and this is the same family has owned this house, or Whitmore Hall, for almost 1,000 years, and now we have an exclusive tour.
That's exciting.
This should be exciting. We haven't really looked into many British estate type videos or whatnot, and I guess you would call this an estate. This looks pretty big for a house, obviously. Yeah. Can you imagine? How many generations would that be? Almost 1,000 years. Like, there's about 20 or so years in a generation.
Is there?
So this would probably be, man, what would that be? Like, pushing 50 generations? That's insane.
Yeah, I can't even imagine it being in the same family.
Like, here, you would be lucky to maybe have
a couple hundred years.
Yeah. I think that would be very rare to have the same.
I was going to say, most people, that wouldn't be the case.
Right. I don't know if they actually live here.
I don't know.
But I bet you it would be so interesting to be able to go back and you'd probably see maybe paintings of your great-great-great-great-grandparents or,
wow, that would be so cool.
All the stuff that would have been passed down through the many, many, many hundreds of years.
The furniture. And
yeah, like...
Yeah, I'm jealous.
Yeah, I'm a little bit jealous, and I'm excited to check this out. So anyways, guys, enough rambling. Let's go ahead and check out this house, this hall, Whitmore Hall, that has been owned by this same family for almost 1,000 years.
Hello, Saving Country Houses.
I'm Fleur.
I'm Edward.
And welcome to our home, Whitmore Hall.
So, it sounds like they might actually live here.
I would.
Wow. Can you imagine when these trees were planted, probably?
Okay, it's brother and sister.
Whitmore Hall. It's a house that's been on the site for 1,000 years. Saxon house.
Oh, wow.
Norman.
Hold on.
This is beautiful.
What a property.
Yeah, for real. I wonder how many
goodness.
acres or how much.
I mean, this looks pretty massive. Wow.
Well, I don't know if it's all part of this.
No, I don't either, but it looks like they probably own a pretty substantial amount of property here.
Also, I wonder what that really big, long building is back there. It looks like a turkey farm.
It looks like agriculture or something. Yeah. But you think about it. You don't end up with a house like this, say, hundreds of years ago, without owning a large amount of the property around it.
Doesn't mean that it's still
true.
But
true, but I mean, like, if they own the home, it's very likely they haven't sold much of the property itself off either.
Oh, wait, that's what I was wondering. Like, when it showed the two of them at the beginning, I wondered if it was like one of them's family and then their spouse. But it sounds like it's a brother and a sister. So in that scenario, would they just both live there and share it?
I don't know.
I mean,
do they live here? I mean, I would.
I would too.
I would totally live here if I had the opportunity to.
On the site for 1,000 years. Saxon house, sort of Norman, going through to Elizabethan. It's almost several houses that have morphed on one side. And then in front of that you're now seeing now is the Georgian facade, which is very elegant.
Oh, I love it, man.
Oh, it's bigger than I thought even.
Yeah, it looks pretty big.
Come and have a look.
Oh my gosh, I love
we're
it.
in the entrance hall of Whitmore Hall, and as a family, unbelievably, we have never sold this house.
That's crazy.
We have been here, our ancestors, we've been here how long?
1086.
1086?
For 940 years as a family.
1086!
All the pictures on the wall. Like, this is just amazing to me.
That is.
It brings tears to my eyes, honestly, because I can't imagine just being so connected to family lineage.
Yeah,
like,
how amazing is that?
That's beautiful.
You literally know where your family's been, literally for almost 1,000 years.
And portraits and paintings of your family.
That is wild.
Over all these generations. It's beautiful.
We've been here for 940 years as a family.
I think we're one of 10 or so families in the UK that can actually say
that
they have lived in the same place for nearly a millennium.
Wow.
Oh, I love that.
If you look at the architecture and everything else, it's a real mishmash. You've got Corinthian columns there, which, I don't know, put in 17 something. There isn't actually that much furniture in this house of really any value or
That's
interest.
another story, isn't it?
Yeah, which is another story. Why
Sad story.
all got sold due to family incompetence. But these are really good. So these are my favourite. These got rescued. These are what they call footman chairs, and it has got our crest. You would actually sit like that. So the footman chairs were so that you didn't damage your coat. And if there's any historian watching this who's about to tell me that it's wrong, we don't want to know, do we? No. We don't want to know.
Just leave us to make it up and entertain people.
Yes.
You've forgotten this.
So that was in the safe until really relatively recently. And it was
How big is the safe?
Mannering, who's there, let's say 1750s.
It's solid.
This is amazing.
And I always terrify people, particularly children, by pretending that there's still blood on
Oh
the
my gosh.
pike.
I want to know how tall that safe is to be able to hold that.
Whitmore, I could almost say it's like now fancy in that, you know, this isn't a stately home. We have no gift shop, but we kind of are
Whoa.
a pocket of English history that's just hidden
They have
away.
their own little cemetery on the property.
I wonder if like they have
Their
relatives
ancestors, I'm
buried there
sure.
for like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years ago, like 1,000 years ago almost.
I love this.
Yeah, I do too.
This is amazing.
Yeah.
Look at that light in here.
I know.
Wow.
So it's sort of, you come in here, and this is like a massive room. I mean, it's not a normal room. No normal family would live in a room like this. I mean, it's unlivable. You know, it's typical that as a family, you know, everyone lives in the smallest rooms. You live in the smallest room and you live in the kitchen.
I think when my grandfather came here in 1926, they used to play cricket in here.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they used to play cricket. You can see why. My greatest fear is to not get it right. I've asked my sister to come in to help because for me to run this site, I'm just finding it a little bit overpowering.
So this is what is like a sitting room. Really lucky to have any of the house because it all got burnt down in the 1800s.
What?
Originally, we were Normans
Yeah,
that came and
basically stole land.
stole land as mercenaries from France with William the Conqueror.
Yeah, so yeah.
That's the beginning.
So basically we took it by theft in terms of if you think about Norman being an invasion. And then it's a long story around really tragic things, what happened to the family, absolute disasters.
I don't think we've been outstanding.
No.
We've survived.
Yeah. Right, do you want to show your portrait?
No.
I'm curious what the property taxes on a place like this would be. Like, I don't know how the property tax system works in the UK, but that's something we should look into. I wonder if it's a lot different than it is here.
Yeah.
But obviously, I'm guessing they have to pay taxes yearly on their property. If they don't, that's pretty cool, pretty amazing.
Yeah. Well, how does it work if you have a house like this in your family and each generation just kind of inherits it?
Yeah.
You don't pay for it.
Right.
Like, do you get taxed on receiving it?
Like a death tax sort of thing?
Yeah, like we do here.
I don't know. Well, generally we don't unless the estate would be worth a lot of money. I think here it may be $10 million. So most people never actually receive an estate where they actually have to pay death taxes on that estate.
Really?
Yeah, most people don't.
I didn't know it was that much.
I think I don't know. I wouldn't know. I haven't
I would
received
think a place like
big
this would be
estate like that.
worth quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it would be. And considering how much land there appears there may be with it, it seems like it would be pretty substantial.
You, in a way, come up to the 21st century with Edward and his wife Heather. We've got a really lovely portrait. And then you've got a family portrait where even the dog is cross-eyed. So you have to come and see the house when it's open.
Oh, I want to see that.
I'm not allowing you to see the cross-eyed dog.
That's beautiful.
I love the
drive up. Yeah.
About 900 years. It's an extraordinary length of time for a family to survive all the historic events.
It definitely
And
is.
still be here. And it's my role to try and continue it.
What a beautiful
But there's
property.
no manual how to do it. occasionally sit on the steps of the hall on my own, and I think of all the ancestors that have kind of quietly come through the front door going back 900 years. And I kind of imagine them pointing at me, you know, I can't say the word, can I? You it up. I don't want to be the person that screws up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a lot of pressure.
Yeah, it would be, actually.
Right, so you're coming into the old house.
The old house.
This place. Oh!
Oh.
Right, that is slightly worrying because that also means that the light has been on
Oh no.
for goodness knows how many days. Right, so if you come up, so this bit is amazing. And you're coming into the cobwebs.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, guys.
That's crazy.
Oh my goodness, this looks so creepy going into this
It
tunnel here.
does.
But I would love to be able to explore something like this. I have no idea how large this is, but it just looks creepy, and the type of place you just, I don't know, it just...
The energy.
The energy of that place,
yeah.
the history, man, just amazing.
You are going back hundreds of years here.
Going back in time.
God. There's someone in the family called Admiral Mannering who lived in the 1800s, and he so distrusted his staff that when he used to go away, he used to brick his wine cellar up. So he would literally brick it up so that no one could take any of the alcohol.
Oh
It's probably
goodness.
actually his own children who he probably didn't trust. I think these cellars tell us about the house from the 1300s. It tells us about the original house. We used to have a stream running through the house under the flagstones. So when I was a child, underneath here, you could hear the water running. So it was absolutely amazing. So you'd hear the trickle, trickle, trickle coming through, and you'd pull this up, and you've got beautiful drinking water.
Wow.
So the mystery is trying to work out why my grandfather stopped this. You know,
What?
did he stop it because they thought it was affecting the structure of the house? We don't know. This staircase is incredibly old, you know, because you can see where it's all worn out. But my mother doesn't want a door up there because she says it's creepy and it'll let bad energy in. You know, there's been a house here for 1,000 years, but it probably has things to tell us, but we can't read it.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, there's the backside.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go upstairs. Come up.
I wonder how many square feet this place
You
is.
never get bored.
Looks very big.
No,
It's amazing.
it's always
It's very
beautiful.
elegant, very delicate.
So this is my favourite bit of the house. These are our oldest portraits, and I think they date back from 1624.
Man.
This area is where they would have stood. But it's amazing, these people, because they would have gone things like the plague and all those
that's
things
true.
that we learn about in history. You know, these people actually experienced it. So it's
And the Civil War.
and the Civil War.
The family were very active fighting for Parliament.
They blew.
You know, if I was them, I could literally spend so much time just looking at these
Staring at
portraits.
Yeah, me too.
And just thinking and daydreaming about who they were
what
and
they thought. Like, yeah.
what they went through, especially thinking about all the things that would have happened in history over a course of almost 1,000 years.
Yeah.
Thinking of the plague, like she mentioned. I mean, like, they saw everything, like, so much stuff. You can't even imagine it.
Yeah.
People's castles up, which we won't talk about. And then this gives you an idea of one of the rooms that we've got. If you're a really nice guest or someone we want to impress, this is the room that you sleep in. But it's also the room that I think has got the worst, creepiest atmosphere. We don't tell our guests that, but it's got some of the oldest original furniture. Our coat of arms is a donkey. Which is another story, but we always look for furniture that's got donkey's feet.
So it's a timber frame house,
Yeah.
but encased by brick.
Oh.
And there are huge beams within this structure.
I'm curious what the shingles are made of on this house. You know, I know that it seems like a lot of these older houses were made from slate.
slate or asbestos or...
I wonder if that is slate. It's hard to tell.
And to give you an idea of the size of the
Oh,
timbers
look
that
at
are hidden.
Oh, hidden room.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
wow.
That is a timber frame house, but it's
I would have never guessed.
hidden from view.
I would have never guessed, would you?
That's the why this house moves and twists, which makes it a really tricky house to manage.
Man, that timber's so old.
Very thick, too.
Up here's your
One of the
thing.
nice things that we've got in terms of social history is we've got the diaries of Admiral Mannering, who lived here in the 1800s.
What?
He wrote a diary every day, including the day that he died.
Oh
The
my
day that he
god.
died,
What a history.
He called for a doctor, and that was it. But it's
Beautifully
absolutely
written. And some of the stuff is extraordinary. The scenes describing fighting the French, hand-to-hand combat,
and then even
amazing.
I just cannot imagine. Like, wow. That
That-
is
that would
so,
be so cool.
cool.
Yeah. That would be amazing. You crying?
Yeah.
It is beautiful. It's a beautiful thing that very few people will have access to or the opportunity to have.
And just like so neatly laid out, like
Yeah.
all every day. Wow.
That's pretty amazing. Wow.
Actually, with my mother, we got permission to break into the family crypt, and we broke in, and all the coffins were there, and Admiral Mannering's coffin was there, and it had tipped over, and clear as clear, I was staring at his skull with the long blonde hair, and yeah, so I met my great-great-great-grandfather face to face, staring at me out of his coffin. A most bizarre experience.
That would be bizarre.
But that's what we're like. We're used to dealing with different generations. It's kind of just normal to us.
Man. I like how the trees
We're making
were
absolutely
multiple
certain
generations of trees there.
is fit for purpose for the next generation. If we fail, it's on our watch.
I think the house does have a lot of secrets. But I do think when I sit on the front of the hall, on the front step, it's like I'm plugging into all that time and space and history. And I feel very content, very at home. We've been here for about 900 years. I'm very proud of that. So, yeah, we'll do our best.
Wow.
Incredible, guys. Wow. What a beautiful place, number one.
It's unimaginable to me. I would love it though. That would be like what a calling in life to
Be able to-
have
yeah.
this. I mean, a lot of pressure too. Like
Yeah, absolutely.
he's feeling, but it would just be a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
And very lucky to have that experience.
Yeah, well, I said about 1 in 10. 1
No,
out of
not
10.
1 in 10.
1 out of 10.
Oh, not 1 in 10
No.
people in the UK.
No,
Just
1 out-
10 total.
Yeah, 1
Yeah.
out of 10.
Yeah.
Like to have a family that's close to a millennia in the same place. It sounds like they grew up here, but I don't know if they still live here.
I couldn't imagine not living here though.
I don't know. We didn't really get if they do live here 100%. Maybe they do. I don't know. I
And
feel
it sounded like they gave tours and stuff. And
That's
I
what-
don't know if they
Yeah.
rent out rooms or something to make money.
It does sound like they do some sort of tours, and so if they do, I'm not sure if they actually live here or not. But I totally would love to live there if I had the opportunity.
It would take a lot of upkeep and a lot of work. though,
Yeah.
just daily to keep this.
And I think that's the thing that a lot of people wouldn't even think of if they were to inherit a house like this. It's not this, I received this free house. You're going to have to hire a decent bit of staff to clean and to the landscaping alone.
So it doesn't fall apart.
Unless you literally, you and your family can do this 100, like full time, you yourselves. Otherwise, you definitely got to hire staff. And I mean, this looks like a pretty massive place. I mean, I don't know how many square feet it is. But one thing I was really shocked at is timber frame and has a brick
Encased
shell.
in brick, yeah.
That's I saw this and I wasn't at all thinking this was a timber framed house.
I wasn't either.
I mean, but did you see the size of those?
Beams.
Yeah, those
the
beams.
Wood, yeah.
I mean, that's pretty incredible.
I love that they have the cutout at the wall and you can just open it up and see.
Yeah, I wonder if they put that there at some point so that you could just show people, or if it's like there was
a
access
purpose
for some reason there. Mm-hmm. And they supposedly had a stream underneath the house where they could get fresh drinking water, but it was blocked by her grandpa. Yeah. I wonder why that is. I wonder if the water was making people sick or something and they decided to block it up. But she said it was good, so who knows. But I think, to me, outside of this is very impressive that a family keeps a house for that long. I mean, you think about how many generations. I mean, I don't know how long you would consider a generation. I've always heard 20 years was a generation. But even if it was 25 years, you're talking 35, 40 generations even at that point, right? I mean, think about it. Think about if you had 40 people that owned something, right? And no one ever sold it off. No one ever received it and was like, I can make a bunch of money from this, and sold it off at any given time over almost 1,000 years.
Pretty rare.
That is extremely rare. And I think that's why only 10 or so people in the UK actually have a property that their families own that long.
Yeah.
I mean, outside of royalty, I think this would be extremely rare. Royalty kind of makes more sense that you would see these places they had lived for a very, very long time.
I think my favorite part was all the diaries.
That would be pretty cool.
I mean, like,
I knew you would. I mean, you're
and the
and
portraits too of all the older family members. It's just beautiful.
We didn't see an attic, but I'm guessing on a house there's some sort of attic here, and I would be surprised if there wasn't some really cool stuff there, in the attic.
You saw the what is that thing?
Yeah,
like the
spear,
javelin, or I don't know what it is, but yeah.
Yeah, man. Anyways, guys, this is an incredible place. Obviously, love learning about things like this.
It just makes me want to see more of it.
Yeah, I want to see more of. I'd love to see more of this house. Mm-hmm. I'd love to see more of estates like this. Not only I'd love to see more of the estates that family has owned for so long, but
it's really fascinating.
Yeah, but I'd also like to just see some really big, beautiful homes and estates.
Big, beautiful homes.
Yeah. Yeah, we haven't really looked at that much, but it's something I think we're both very interested in.
Yeah.
I personally love architecture. I love landscapes and just design and things like that.
Same.
If you have any suggestions, please feel free to leave them in the comments. But I think that's it for us today. Thank you so much for stopping by. Please click that like button. Feel free to drop your comments or suggestions about this video or others. And don't forget to subscribe to continue to follow us on our journey. Until next time, peace.
Bye.